long as it doesn't get me banned. Can Israel stop Hezbollah with a dead zone in southern Lebanon? Yeah, they've been bombing the southern Lebanese border. The short answer is no. Stop Hezbollah. And now it's pouring rain outside. The short answer is no. The long answer is Israel does have the ability to crush Lebanon if they really want to. It's just that I don't think that they really want to. I don't think that they want an extra war on the northern border. Viking Woman 1988. Listen to Darkwave live while you watch fireworks this Thursday night from 9:11 p.m. Eastern. ValleyFreeRadio.org. WXOJ 103.3 FM. New music from Male Tears. Then comes Silence, Vision Video, and more. Elemendorius. Thanks. I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. The YouTuber's mind just instantly shuts off when it comes to Trump, and he believes he's always right. Yeah, just a second. We'll go to our sponsors, by the way. Again, I'm very, very tired right now. I do apologize. I'm not playing it 100%. I'm playing it like maybe 80% or something like that. I'm doing the bloody best. At least I look all right, you know. I took a shower the other day. I look good, kind of. Shlomo Goldenstein. I can't help but say Kathy Hochul's name out loud in a snotty, drawn-out manner. Kathy Hochul, emphasizing the Hochul as if I'm about to spit out a patois. I get the reference, but I haven't seen the meme, and I do not care to. I guess it's some hot chick that was like doing like the spinny thing or something like that. Anyway, here are our sponsors. We'll get to that before we get to the other half of the videos here. This is going to go off the rails, by the way, because again, I am on the tired side, and the cat keeps antagonizing me, and I don't understand. What's the fucking problem? I'm going to show off my boots to the public. Some people are interested in feet. They'll probably beat off to this or something like that. Anyways, here are our sponsors. CultivatedMind.com. That is cultivated #mind.com, where you can get some mushroom pills. I mean hyphen, not hashtag. My apologies. You can get mushroom pills from them. I've used them before, and I cannot, legally speaking, I cannot vouch for their medicinal properties. But in my own anecdotal experience, it really does boost energy, and it gives you like a 6 to 8 hour boost. Actually, it's pretty great stuff. So you should check them out. I think they have some nootropics as well now available. PumpkinFireCrafts.us, where you can get keychains, belt chains, you can get engraved spoons, and also my favorite, the amulets, of course, with the Ouroboros logo and much more. Biltong. Anton's got kangaroo in now. Yes, he probably invented kangaroo biltong. I don't know that anyone else has actually offered this for sale because I've never heard anything like it. Can't wait to try it, by the way. And we've also got some Styx, Hex, and Hammer mugs and tumblers available there as well. By the way, cartel.com. Get whatever you want. Heritage Heirloom Seed Company.com. Land of the Seed Survival Bucket. A lot of the seeds that I've got growing in the backyard, I got from them. Especially the cucumbers. Those did really, really well. Just a little bit too well, actually, because, you know, normally when you plant 3 seeds in a little pot, you'll get like 2 of them will actually grow. Oh no, 99% of them grew. That was the whole problem. So then I had to very, very unfortunately destroy a few plants. You can also get the Styx, Hex, and Hammer soapbox available as well. Websterswares.com/Styx-Wares. You can get various Styx, Hex, and Hammer materials. We get knives, we've got jackets, we've got flags, the whole 9 yards. Just take a look at it. By the way, the metal spoons, one of the best things there because it'll save a lot of turtles' lives. Also, they've got a lot of Trump material available as well. Jamandbean.com. That's JAMN Bean. tea, but the coffee is really why you're going there. The tea is really good, but the Costa Rica blend coffee is absolutely fantastic, a 10 out of 10. So you should definitely get a couple of bags of that now. mtpew.com. That is mtpew.com, where you can get ammunition. Yeah, you can shoot things, preferably in a non-offensive manner, you know. For a legal disclaimer, I should probably point that out. We've got 40 Smith & Wesson, 9 milli, 5.56, 223, the whole 9 yards. You can get it all there. There's range brass that's been refilled, and there's also newly manufactured. And then finally, brickmuseum.com in Blair, Ohio, where they've got a Lego museum. I strongly recommend going and checking out their pictures, because some of you, if you were like me back in the 90s, you were probably a Lego kid. I can't wait to go and see it. I'm going to play around with the Legos. It's going to be a fucking hilarious time. So yeah, those are our sponsors. Anyways, yeah, you want to see my foot? There you go. Some of you are into that shit. Some of you probably screen cap that and beat off to it or something. I do not care. Let's see. Aussie's Robots. Did you see AstroTurfed Antifa, commies, Islamists, etc. protest Le Pen's victory? Yeah, I saw that. It was hilarious. A preview of Trump wins, I'm sure. Will he stop the riots this time? He'll try, but the thing is, he can't command the Capitol Police himself. He can't command the State Guard himself. So probably they'll burn Wendy's again. It must smell great, by the way. When Wendy's is burning, if all of the meat and like the nuggets and shit, if they're all on fire, it must be pretty good. Austin, show me your feet. You can't see my actual feet, but you can see my boob. Adam, the spaghetti fanatic. I make, by the way, the world's best spaghetti. Can we get a drinking game started when Stick says, I'm doing me bloody best, or some variant of that? I mean, you'll drink yourself to death, so I don't want to be responsible for clankers dying. Low Church Crusader, can I get a shout out for Trump's fundraising page? Yeah, but I mean, you have to post it. I guess DonaldTrump.com or something like that. Let's... If Winter's loading, Alan Lichtman still says Biden has most keys to the White House, said so on CNN after debate. At this point, is he just consumed by TDS? I'll tell you exactly what he's doing. He has a total goddamn cop-out with regards to his 13 keys to the White House. He predicts Biden wins. If Biden wins, he's right. If Trump wins, he comes out and he says, well, you know, I didn't adjust that 7th key for the technical incumbency that was Donald Trump, because he was a former president. And so he wins either way. I mean, he's doing a smart thing. He's not technically doing anything wrong. He's just being disingenuous. I predict that Donald Trump will win re-election, and I don't think that it will be particularly close. King of Biltong, good morning from Anton's Meet Me. Free shipping for your biltong using code STICKS on biltongusa.com and antonsusa.com. Help us fight climate change by reducing the cows. Eat more biltong. Yeah, fucking punch them in the throat, cut their heads off, turn them into biltong. That's what I'm talking about. Kevin 2, is there a reason why you don't do occult vids anymore? Love your work and thank you. I do actually have some docketed, but you've got to understand, right now we're in the middle of an election, and so I have a lot of political stuff to cover. I would really, really, really love to do more occult vids. Occultism in general, occult literature. I'd like to do many, many more things on that token, and I really, really want to branch out to more non-political material, like with science and stuff like that. But you've got to understand, even if I'm doing 4 or 5 videos a day, it's really difficult to keep up with just political current events. So I'm trying the best that I can. I will bring you more occult material. reason why they're not going to jail him. House arrest at most, probably a suspended sentence. And the liberals will go crazy because they'll be like, well, he's getting differential treatment. You're supposed to treat him the same way that you treat a random black dude who got crack planted in his car. Hilarious. UN starts to move tons of aid from U.S.-built pier after security fears. Yeah, you remember that Gaza pier that was built? I supported it at the time, and I thought, if you're going to move aid in Gaza, you shouldn't have to, but if you have to, it's going to be a lot more efficient if you have like a pier there, so you can ship it in, you can offload it, you can organize it, and then you ship it a short distance on the shore. And it just sort of made sense because it's more defensible, and nobody can attack it, nobody can steal the aid, etc., etc. The Biden administration has completely fucked up with regards to the Gaza tier that they're doing. That was a couple of weeks ago. And they finally stabilized it, and that's perfectly fine. Tons of aid piled up at a U.S.-built pier off Gaza coast to warehouses in the besieged Palestinian territory. The United Nations said Saturday. So globalists have taken control of the pier that we ourselves built, by the way. An important step as Washington considers whether to resume pier operations after yet another pause because of heavy seas. It was happening again. They built it wrong. Something is wrong with the construction. It's fairly easy to build a floating pier and to have it be able to stand up in at least choppy waters. I mean, if a hurricane comes through, you're always going to have a problem, but it should be fairly simplistic. They can't even accomplish that. God damn, just take like 5 large fishing trawlers, patch them together. You don't even need the Army Corps of Engineers, civilians to do this. Patch them together, bolt them together, let them ride out the seas or something like that. Just have joints on them that are capable of flexing, and you've got no problem. Apparently, they never thought of this though. Back in World War II, there was a circular that was made by the Nazis, for example. And they said that the reason why it was so hard to fight the Americans is that they were so disorganized. They didn't follow the rules. They just did random shit because you never knew what they were going to do. Now we're too predictable, I think, actually. We've become more like the Nazis. We're too regimented. Let these dudes do what the hell they want. Tell them, we want a pier here. It's got to have a certain number of flotational devices. Fucking bolt them together. Okay, well then they'll jury rig it, and it'll somehow work better than what we've got now. We've had this here for months, and it hasn't moved a single unit of aid. It wasn't known when the aid might reach Palestinians in Gaza, where experts have warned of the high risk of famine as the Israel-Hamas war is in its 9th month. They're already suffering it, so we'll get past that. This is the first time trucks have moved aid from here since the World Food Program, a UN agency, suspended operations there because of security concerns on June 9th. So, it was a number of weeks ago. If you were to take a group of random plankers with any engineering experience at all, and you were to give us unlimited resources, so a bunch of pontoons and shit like that, I guarantee that we could have gotten it together by now. It would be fully operational, it would stand up against the weather, and it would be perfectly fine. If you were to do that to a bunch of grunts in the Marine Corps, they'd have it together by now. The reason why we're having this problem is because of a highly regimented structure more than anything else. Basically, you've got too much of a top-down hierarchical system. Yeah, that's just the long and short of it. It's the blight of militaries around the world. We used to not have that problem, and unfortunately we do now have it. Low Church Crusaders. Sorry, I meant train Trump's campaign. Okay, well, you can give a shout out. I don't know exactly what link you want to shout out. You probably can't even post it because of YouTube's new laws. Flynn the Fox, Little Ape, have you heard Biden family wants to keep Joe in the race? Will you make a video over this? I did this morning, actually. regards to Jill. Will Scott, caffeine. Thank you very much. This one, unfortunately, has run out. Mark Berdetti, I went to Gaza in the mid-90s. The man does not get rough there. The pier was built wrong. Yeah, I know. Somehow they managed to not bolt it together the proper way. Like, if you're going to be on the water and you're going to have subcomponents, you want them to be able to flex. You don't want them to be rigid. That's a bad idea. You want them to be able to go up and down with water. Apparently, this slipped their mind. And so now the pier has broken twice. Cunning tube, that makes sense. It is politics season still. Can't wait for more magic of your vids. Hashtag play. There will be more to come, don't worry. In fact, I was thinking about getting a couple out in the next week or so, along with the ones for the Gray School. So they want to sponsor me. BMW Guinness, what percentage of Biden voters will switch to RFK Jr.? I can't say, but I would assume it would be in the mid-single digit range, so 5, 6, something like that. And that's basically the election, by the way. Austin, your feet, will you please show me now? I will show you my feet in the booties, because I really love these boots. Where are they from? I can't even remember the name of the fucking boot. These are 11.5s. I've got big ass fucking feet, and they're wides. Otherwise, it's a bit rough. Okay, you can see my booty. Some people have a fetish for this sort of thing. I do not care if you beat off to my videos. It's perfectly fine for me. Yeah, as long as you're donating money to me, maybe a couple bucks. Fine. I charge less than the average OnlyFans for, now don't I? Twitter's loaded. The #1 story of Trump's indictments is how now completely drowned out by Biden's dementia. Yeah, Joe, I don't believe it. I still can't believe it. We're 3 days on now, right? And I didn't want to continue talking about the Biden-Trump debate. There was the snap poll and a couple of others and things like that. And I figured, people are going to get bored of that at some point. But no, they still want to talk about that. The Democrats and the Republicans. Democrats that don't like Joe Biden, they want to force him out. Democrats that do like Joe Biden are still referencing him and trying to defend him. And Republicans are just having a field day. Everyone else is just like, what the fuck did I even just watch? It doesn't make any sense at all. That debate was a complete travesty. By the way, we're going to have to talk about David Frum, I think. Yeah. Tomorrow, one of the videos, David Frum and the Ultimate TDS, and there's an archived article here. I won't get into it now. And he was like, well, this debate never should have been allowed to happen. Donald Trump never should have been allowed to speak. Yeah, because he won. That's why you're pissed off about it. Will Scott, what surprise state will Trump win in November? Virginia, if I had to guess. I think Virginia is likely to go for Donald Trump. Minnesota is about more of a 50-50. Maine and New Hampshire, we're not sure. We don't have enough polling, so I can't really make a prediction. Emperor Softer. I am to say, Jill is not a good wife. No good wife would allow you to make a fool of yourself like this and be seen in such a state. She stands behind her man. It's not her forcing him to do this. It's the establishment. That's the whole point. She is doing her due diligence. She's not the one. A lot of people, they want to blame Jill Biden for doing this to Joe. She's not the one doing it. It's because they want to clock block Kamala Harris, and they realize there's no replacement, and they realize it's too late. At this point, you would be ceding Wisconsin and Nevada if you dropped him out, and so they have to back him. And so Jill Biden is actually doing her due diligence. She gets a lot of flack that she doesn't deserve. #1 schmuck. Did you see the rumor that Biden sharted during the debate? I know it's true, but would be emblematic emblematic of his performance. No, he didn't shart. He just didn't perform at all. That's the whole point. That's the problem. Just loading. Oh, I already did that. Then we've got the Utica shooting. We're going to talk about that. A lot of people talking about this. A 13-year-old was shot by the police in Utica, New York. And so that sounds rather damning, of course. 13-year-old. So this is a kid, basically. And 13 is a kid. I mean, let's be completely fair. Yam Wei, actually, was his name. The problem is that he pointed a very, very realistic-looking fake handgun at the police. And people are completely glossing that over. Like, you'll get it from this article, link in the description, archive, of course, along with my book's blog and all that other bullshit. The thing is that if you point a handgun at the police, something that looks real, so it doesn't have an orange tip or anything like that, it looks like an actual handgun, they have no clue whether that is an actual handgun or not. They don't have any clue. And so they're thinking to themselves, well, I might be about to get my head blown off. I should probably react. Under normal circumstances, if a 13-year-old, including one that's holding something that looks like a firearm, like you remember years ago with, what was its name? There was a 13-year-old kid years ago that was killed by the cops, and he was just toying around with an obviously fake weapon. He was shot, and I thought that was rather sad. But in this case, he's running off away from the police. He's got what looks to be a real handgun, and he points it at them. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter if you're 13 years old, and you shouldn't be doing that. It's not a great idea. It's no wonder that you were shot. And there were people protesting this and saying like it's racist or something like that. It has nothing to do with race. If somebody points a gun at me, and I think that it's real, yeah, I'm going to respond. I will say no. It doesn't matter if what their race is or what their age is. Hell, if a 10-year-old points a gun at you, if you really think that that gun is real, you think you're about to be blown away, you're going to respond. It's just the way that it is. Matthew Crockford, what do you think of RFK's response to the debate? I think he's a retard myself. I think he's completely overblown, a complete retard. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time. By the way, please send no more super chats, because I've got to go offline at some point here. I've got food to eat and other things to do. And then, of course, remember, I go live with the quartering at 7 p.m. I did that one. Viking Woman, 1988. The ATF forced Smith & Wesson to let go 10% of the workforce. The ATF did deep dive Corey checks. Many of them were DUIs and minor drug offenses, most of them minorities. Yeah, no, they love putting black people out of a job. They're so progressive, by the way. And then, of course, the final news story, Nigel Farage and the Reform UK Party. We are on...
Welcome to Wendy's. May I take your order?
I have a mobile order for NW Norm.
Go ahead and pull forward the second window. Thank you. You didn't want any sugar or cream, did you?
Nope.
I'm happy to have it right here.
Thank you. You too.
She's not even working. Alright. What the hell? Alright guys, I'll probably get on the main channel. Kind of want to see how this Kieran Reed thing goes. Oh, Bow's already on. Alright, later guys. I'm indoctrinated.